Welcome back to another episode of Lufc Kickoff, your favourite Leeds United review and talk show. Leeds 1, Forest 1 was the end result, as we all just saw. I've just finished watching the game now. I want to be completely raw. If there's one word I can describe this game as, it would be disappointing. You know, it's almost like a repeat of what happened last season, and the only good thing, that we always got to take good out of the bad, alright? Although we didn't get the 3-pointer like we would want to and have the momentum, it's still early doors, it's still early days, that's the thing. Like, we still got a whole season ahead of us to change now rather than halfway through the season where we're not actually catching up to that first place. So I'm putting the stats on the screen now. As you can see, 14 shots for Leeds United and only 6 of them. We've had 4 on target out of the 14. Like, can I just say, that is, quite frankly, that's awful. Like, we need to be at least having half. Like, half should be a minimum requirement for Leeds, because as you know, for Leeds, not like any other team for some reason, because we don't have the strikers that can take chances. How many times do I need to say this? We need to have at least 4 or 5 chances just to score 1 goal. And to be honest, even in this game, we've had 14 chances to score 1 goal. So it's almost getting, so the chances are almost getting lower and lower. So we need them goal scorers. We need that clinical striker. But for them, of course, they had 6 chances. They had 1 shot on target, which they scored. So their ratio is completely better than ours. We dominated the game in general. We had more possession, over 65%, I think. We put in a good performance. I want to say that. We put in a good performance, yeah? We played well defensively. The goal that we conceded, it was unfortunate. And quite frankly, I was pissed off about that. I'm going to be real. I was pissed off because Cooper actually got injured, and the guy who scored for Forest, the absolute... He fouled Cooper, sort of thing, like pulled him back, then he just ran down the pitch, and obviously it was like, I don't even know what happened. They had a corner from that chance. The keeper, the ref should have pulled it back, but at the end of the day, it was play on whatever. They got a corner in. It was like a mosh pit in the middle, honestly, and then he tapped it in. It's so annoying to see, because with Leeds, usually we do need to score that 1 goal early in the game, very early, for us to have the momentum to score 3 or 4 goals. Because we can't rely on having 1 goal, that's too dodgy. Even 2 goals, like if they come back 2-1, that's still quite dodgy. We need to be at least 2 goals in front, maybe 2 or 3-0 up, before we can start doing these, trying new things and making changes, because otherwise it's not going to work. They can pull 1 back, as we can see, and everything happens. It's football. But straight off the bat though, we did play some good football. Obviously we had right from the start, Phillips playing that ball into Bamford, and it does prove that for Bamford, like the pre-season, it done well for him. It actually done well. I feel like he's much improved player this season. I do feel like he's going to be having more shots and chances like he has today. But it's just a matter of, can he finish them chances? And it's very essential, because it decides if he's going to be that #1 striker, that role of a striker that can score our goals when we play week in, week out, or do we need to replace him? And when I say replace him, I mean, you know, he can be bench boy. I mean, at the start though, we did give away a few balls away. Like, it was a bit frustrating getting into the play. It was very compact, I would say, and tight in the middle. But what Leeds are very good at, Bielsa's tactic is very strange. As we've seen for the first 2 games, and a bit last season as well, but we're probably going to see more this season, Bielsa loves to have an overload in certain areas so we make space up the pitch. And you know what, sometimes it's dodgy, because we can have, literally, if you have a corner or any set piece for that matter up front, all our players go up front apart from like our 2 central defenders, and it's risky, because if they counter attack, then we can concede. But somehow, well, in general last season, and it's hopefully this season, it works for the most part. But to be honest, the defence isn't what I'm really upset or mad about. It's more the chances, and when, like I've said, I don't know how many times I need to say this, we're not taking our chances. We're having the chances, we're having 14 shots. That's good signs. It shows that, you know, our midfield, we can get back up there. We can, the balls we played today, the over-the-top balls that sometimes worked, the little tick-a-tacker short play in and out of the midfield, that's good. We're creating chances, we're putting the balls in there, having 1-on-1s, but we need to finish them. Obviously, Pablo Hernandez, let's get a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. He scored once again. He was probably my man of the match. Like, his work ethic is unreal. Like, even when he loses the ball, he's always running back. He's always in his position. But it shows with experience, especially in Leeds, becomes a good player, because with Pablo Hernandez, you know, he wasn't the greatest player to start off with. He was just a good player, but he's becoming, like, probably one of the best for Leeds United at the moment, as well as like Phillips. Like, he's very confident in them 1-on-1 chances. We need him. We do need that player like Hernandez, where if he is giving it on the plate, he can finish it with confidence. A really phenomenal moment I remember in the match was quite in the first half, where Forshaw actually went down the penalty area. There was debate. They were like, oh yeah, it should have been a penalty. It was, I mean, we all know, as a Leeds fan and being truthful, it clearly wasn't a penalty. But the desire of him when he got back up, and the pure Leeds spirit in us, come on Leeds, He just goes back, puts a foot in challenge, and this is what we ought to see. We get stuck in there. Like in most seasons, we know how Leeds are. Once we get them few games wins, we're usually on a streak. You know, it hasn't worked well for us today. It's just disappointing. They're probably very happy. They probably are, Forest, because they've come to Leeds away. We're at home. And they've managed to get a point out of it, and they probably didn't expect that. Even though they did place top 10 last season, they placed 9th, I think 9th or 8th, but they'll be happy with that. I just do not want it to be a repeat of last season. Like all the Leeds fans out there will know what I'm talking about, and anyone who watches Leeds last season and last few seasons, we have these games where yes, we're playing well, and we've played well, we dominated, we've had more chances, more possession, we've tried different things. But when it comes down to that final chance or the final one-on-one or that ball into the penalty area, we need to finish them. We need someone that can either head the ball, just can pass it in. Don't do the tricky things. We just need to keep it simple and score these goals. I really do hope we get a striker, because right now it's not looking great. Obviously, people like Bamford, he's getting like he has the strength. This is the thing that I always say. He has the strength, he has the ability, but he's just not as confident yet. So next Saturday we got Wigan. We'll obviously need to get that 3-pointer. We also got Salford in the cup, but we mainly want to focus on the league this season. We want to get promotion, and it's not too late. It's only been 2 games, so then again, we can't judge too much, as I always say. I want to hear your feedback in the comment section down below. Let me know what you thought of the game. Let me know who you think was the man of the match, what the faults were in the team, and how we can improve for next game. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. If you are a Leeds fan, or not just a football fanatic, please hit that like button. If you did enjoy this review and talk show of Leeds United, we're marching on together. We're going to win the league. I'm going to say it every episode, because it's going to happen, alright? We've taken a bit of an L today, but we bounced right back. Hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel for daily uploads and weekly episodes of LUFC Kickoff. Also hit that notification bell while you're there to get notified each time I upload, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Now your vids hold no weight, like Titanic channel sinking to the ground. Talking your piece on the web, karma always come around. Eating up these W's, can't you see I have the crown? Feasting on your enemies, dead and buried in the ground. Digging your own hole in the soil, look what I found. Your shit inconsistent, I don't really fuck around. Put some respect on my name, you playing with the hounds. I've been waiting, I've been saving all these bullets, all these rounds. And I wonder why this hate or this hate don't come around. I'm the king to the front of this shit, wearing the crown. Flooding all you haters, you ain't shit, now you left to drown.